In this video, we are going to learn how to automatically generate images and text in Airtable using OpenAI and DALL-E. So this is going to be an amazing automation between Airtable and OpenAI, where we are going to just add a new record with some text and some image prompt. And after adding those details, automatically within few minutes, using AI platform like OpenAI and ChatGPT, we are going to generate some text, and using OpenAI's DALL-E, we are going to generate the image. And after generating both of the things, we are going to update the same things in the same record in Airtable as well. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is the database which I have created in Airtable. Now here in this table, I'm adding the title, the topic for which I want to generate some text content. Then I've added an image prompt. Now for this prompt, I will be generating some images using AI. Now I want that as I enter these two details in this table in Airtable, automatically for this title, for this topic, the text content should be generated and automatically added in Airtable itself. Also for this image prompt, using this image prompt, an image should be generated using DALL-E or any other AI tool, and the image link should also be added in this Airtable database as well. Now to do this, what we have to do? We have to connect our Airtable account with AI tools like OpenAI, DALL-E, EdenAI, or any other tool as well. And we will be using an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect to connect Airtable with OpenAI. Now to do this, as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. And to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. Now after coming to the dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow in Pabbly Connect. So just click on this Create Workflow button and give this workflow a name. For example, I'll name my workflow as Airtable to OpenAI. And then select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create this automation and click on Create. Now when we click on Create, here you can see our workflow is open over here. In this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on. Where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Airtable database, the table which we have created in Airtable, with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So that whenever we add a new title and image prompt, whenever we add a new row of data in this table which we have created in Airtable, automatically these details will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. It will start. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send this topic, this title and image prompt to OpenAI, to ChatGPT and DALL-E. And using those two tools, we are going to generate an image and some text content. And after generating both the details, we will be adding the same text content and same image generated by OpenAI in the same Airtable database in this row as well. So let's see how it is done, how we can do this, how we create this automation workflow. So starting from a trigger window, in Choose App, search for Airtable. Just select it. After selecting Airtable, in Trigger Event from this drop-down, select New Record. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Airtable account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the access token of our Airtable account. Now you must be thinking how we are going to get this access token. So to get it, just go to your Airtable account. From the right top corner, click on Account option and go to Developer Hub. After coming to the Developer Hub, here you can see a list of all the tokens which we have created in Airtable. To create a new one, click on this Create New Token button. Give this token a name. For example, I would like to name it as Pabbly. And then here it is asking us scopes. Now here in the connection window, you can see a list of all the scopes which we have to select while generating this token. So here in Airtable from this scope, here you can see in dropdown we have a list of scopes. So we have to select all the scopes which are mentioned in the Pabbly Connect connection window. So from this dropdown, I will be selecting all of these scopes over here. So there is schema based write and webhook manage. So all of these scopes which were mentioned over here, we have selected them. And then it is asking us for the access. That access of which database in Airtable we want to give to this personal access token. So click on this Add a Base button and select all current and future bases. And then just click on Create Token. Now as we click on Create Token, here you can see this access token is generated for our Airtable account. copy this token from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting this token, just click on save. Now as we click on save, we will see our Airtable account will get connected with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. After making this connection, the next thing it asks us is the base. So here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the databases which we have created in Airtable. Out of all of this, from which particular base we want to get the details or we want to get the new content, new row or new record data in Pabbly Connect, we have to select that. So in my Airtable account here, you will see I have created a base named as content generation. Let's go to that. So this is the base content generation, and in this base, we have this table named as text and images. And in this table, we are adding the title and image prompt, which we want to generate using AI. So I'm going to select content generation, this particular base over here. After selecting the base, it is asking us for the table. So here in the dropdown, you can see in list, you can see both the tables which I have in this particular base. So from which table I want to get the new record, new title and image prompt which we are adding. So I want to get it from text and images, this particular table. So from the dropdown, I'm going to select that table over here. After selecting the table, it is asking us create field. Now to trigger this automation, now we want that whenever we add a new record, whenever we add a new title and image prompt in this sheet, we want to send the data of that same title and image prompt to Pabbly Connect. Now to do this, what we have to do, we have to select a trigger field. So the help text says to ensure the proper functioning of the trigger, you need to create a field in your table schema named created with the field type created time. So here what we have to do, we have to add a column. We have to add a field over here in our Airtable that the field name is created and the field type is created at. So here from this dropdown, you will see we have selected the field type as created at. In this way, whenever a new record will be added in Airtable, automatically the date and time, that at what date and time this new record is created, will be added. And it will be our trigger field. So just add this field, and after adding the field, you will see the same field over here. Now after selecting the trigger field, just click on this save and send test request button. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the details of the same record, the same row of data which we had in our Airtable database. So the last record, the last data or the most recent data which we have added in Airtable, you can see the same detail in our Pabbly Connect workflow. So in this response, we have the record ID. We have the record ID for this particular record. After that, we have the field title. So here in title, we have added the title as marketing automation for content creators. And we have received that same title over here in Pabbly Connect workflow. Then we had an image prompt which says a content creator recording a video in front of a camera and also using automation for marketing. So we have added the same image prompt in our Airtable database. And we have the field created time, that at what date and time this field was created. So in this way, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed, where we have successfully received the titles and image from. We have received a new record, new details we are adding in the Airtable inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, let's move to step 2. In step 2, what we want to do, we want to generate an image for the same image prompt which we have received from Airtable. So what we are going to do, we will just scroll down, come to this Actions tab, and here in Choose App, we are going to search for OpenAI. So to generate images using AI, we are going to use OpenAI's DALL-E. So after selecting OpenAI, in Action Event from the drop-down, select Generate Image as the action event. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key, the API token of our OpenAI account. Now you must be thinking how we are going to get this API token. So to get it, just go to your OpenAI account and from the left sidebar, go to API keys. Here you can see a list of all the API keys which we have in OpenAI. Click on Create New Secret Key button, give this key a name, so I'll name it as Airtable, and click on Create Secret Key. Now as you click on Create, here you can see a new API secret key is created in our OpenAI account. Just copy it from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting the secret key, just click on Save. Now when we click on Save, we will see our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the model. So here in Pabbly Connect, we have two different models of DALL-E, DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3. So using which model you want to generate the image, you can select that. I will be using DALL-E 3 model. Then after selecting the model, it is asking us for the prompt, that what prompt we want to give to DALL-E 3 to generate the image. So we have entered our image prompt in our Airtable record, and we have received the data of the same record of the same row in our Pabbly Connect workflow in the trigger step. So what we are going to do, from this trigger step responses of a new record, we are going to map this response of image prompt in the OpenAI action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of prompt, and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Airtable of a new record. Out of all of these responses, select the response of image prompt and it will be mapped over here. In this way, whatever image prompt we are going to enter in our Airtable in this image prompt column, the same prompt will be received inside Pabbly Connect, and using this automation, we are going to give the same prompt to generate image to DALL-E. After mapping the prompt, it is asking us number of images to be generated, that how many images you want to generate. So I only want to generate one image, so I'm entering one over here. Then it is asking us for the size, that what will be the size of the image. So let's say 1024 cross 1024 pixels. This is the size of the image I want. You can select any other size of your choice. Then in quality, I want HD quality images, so I'm selecting HD over here. And then it is asking us style. So we can give basically two styles, vivid or natural. So this field of style is not mandatory, it's not required. But if you want a specific style of image, you can enter anything over here. And after entering all the details, after selecting all the details and giving the proper prompt, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response. In this response, we have a revised prompt for the prompt which we have given over here. So here you can say this is a revised prompt. And here we have the URL of the image generated by AI. We will just copy this URL from here, paste it in a new tab. And after pasting it, we'll just hit enter. And now you can see the image generated by AI is open in front of us. Here you can see the image for the same prompt. A content creator recording the video in front of camera and using automation for marketing. So this is the same prompt which we have entered in our Airtable database, and here you can see for the same image prompt using AI, we have generated the image. Now after generating the image, what we want to do, in the next step, I want to write an article. I want to generate some text content for this title as well. So what we are going to do, we will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And once again, in the action step in Choose App, we are going to search for OpenAI. Just select it. After selecting OpenAI, this time in action event, because we want to generate some content, you can use ChatGPT as the action event, or you can use generate content. So I will be selecting ChatGPT as the action event because using ChatGPT or GPT-4, I want to generate the content. Now click on connect. Now because we have connected our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection. You can select the existing connection and click on save. After clicking on save, here it is asking us to select the AI model, that using which AI model we want to generate the content. So I want to use the latest GPT-4 model, so I have selected that. Then it is asking us for the prompt, that what is the prompt I want to give to GPT-4 to generate the content. So I want my prompt to be write an article on, and then I want to mention the same title, the same topic for which I want to generate some content or write the article. So we have received the same title in our Airtable database trigger step. So here from the trigger responses from the drop down, we are going to map the response of the same title for the same topic which we have received from Airtable in the trigger step. So I'm just giving a simple prompt to generate some content. Write an article on, and then we have the same title, same topic from Airtable. If you want, you can give a descriptive content. You can enter some more information, some more details for the type of content we want to generate using ChatGPT. Now, after giving the prompt and mapping the topic, the title from our Airtable responses from this trigger step responses over here, just click on this Save and Send Test Request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you will see within few seconds, we are going to get some response. And in that response, we will be having some content generated, some article written using ChatGPT for the same topic, for the same prompt, which we have given over here. So let's wait for a few seconds. And yes, here you can see we have received some response, and in this response, we have generated some content over here. And here you can see the complete content, complete article written by ChatGPT for the same topic that we have entered in our Airtable database, marketing automation for content creators. And here you can see the article on the same. So in this way, using this automation, till now, what we have done, we have received the prompt and the titles from Airtable, we have received a new record, and using OpenAI, using DALL-E and ChatGPT, we have generated an image and text content using AI. Now let's move to the last step. Click on this add action step button, and now we want to add both of these details. We want to add the image URL generated by DALL-E and the content generated by ChatGPT back in our Airtable database in this same record. For that, we have just added an action step, and here in Choose App, search for Airtable. Just select it. After selecting Airtable in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Update Record. Then just click on Connect. And because we have connected our Airtable account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, we don't have to make a new connection over here once again. We have to select this existing connection and click on Save. After clicking on Save, here you can see our Airtable account will get connected with Pabbly Connect in the action step. After making the connection, once again we have to select the same base and same table in which we want to update these details. So we have selected that. Then here it is asking us for the record, that in which record we want to basically add the details. We want to basically update the record, which is the record we want to update. And here in the drop down you can see record ID for both the records. Now what we have to do, in trigger responses which we have received from Airtable of a new record, we have received this record ID. And we are going to map this response of record ID in this update record action step. So what we have to do, we just have to turn this mapping button on in front of it and clear the default response. And from the drop down from Airtable responses, select this response of record ID and it will be mapped. In this way, whatever row or whatever new record or title we are adding over here, in the same record, in the same row, the text content and image URL generated by AI will be added. After this, it is asking us for title and image prompt. So we already have the title and image prompt in our record. What we want to do, we just want to update the text content and image URL. So we will just click here. Using ChatGPT, we have generated the text content. So from ChatGPT action step responses, we are going to map the response of text content, and using OpenAI's DALL-E, we have generated the image. So from DALL-E responses, from generate image action step responses, we are going to map the image URL in this image URL field. And after this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received the response, and this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details which we have mapped over here, basically the text content and image generated by AI, are now added in our Airtable record. So let's check it. We will go to Airtable and we will just refresh this table once. And yes, here you can see we have the same title which we have entered, we have the same image prompt, and now we also have the text content of the same topic generated by AI, and we have the image URL of the same image which was generated by AI, basically using DALL-E. So in this way, you can see we have successfully created this automation, and in this automation, we just have to add a new record with title and image prompt in Airtable, and automatically using the same details, the text content and image will be generated, and the text content and image will be added in the same record itself. Now, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. Now here in title, let's say I want to add a title, a topic as for example, marketing automation for travel business. Okay, marketing automation for travel business. This is the topic which I have added. And now I want to add an image prompt as for example, a travel agency using automation for marketing and lead generation. A travel agency using automation for marketing and lead generation. This is the image prompt which I have given, which I have added in this record in Airtable. Now, after adding these details, what we have to do, we will be just waiting for a few minutes over here. Now, we have to wait for a few minutes because the trigger between Airtable and Pabbly Connect is a polling-based trigger. And this type of trigger, Pabbly Connect will check for new records, some new data in our Airtable database every 10 minutes as it is written over here. So what we have to do, we just have to wait for 10 minutes over here. Okay, so we have successfully waited for 10 minutes. Now we'll go back to our Airtable database. And yes, here you can see automatically the text content for the same topic is generated using AI, and also the image is generated for the same prompt. We will just open this image URL, and here you can see the same image generated by AI with the same image prompt. A travel agency using automation for marketing. Here you can see basically the same image for the same prompt. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can email us at support@pabbly.com or post it on our forum over here. Or you can write us in the comment box below too. If you want to check out the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. And if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Pabbly. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.